Hey, what up, y'all? This is Petty with Petty Boy Beats. Here bringing you the first episode of Petty Logic, which is going to be a little series that we do for YouTube. It's going to be tutorials over Logic Pro. I hope that this helps everybody out. I think that between these different DAWs that you can take and choose, things, different methods that you like out of each and apply it to your own. But just not to waste a lot of your time, I'm going to go ahead and get right into this. Right now I've got Logic at its startup screen right here, letting you choose a project. For this tutorial and for a lot of your projects, unless you have templates saved, you can actually go up here and just click empty project. Ignore all those downloads in the back. I'm actually getting the essential content that I've been putting off forever for Logic. But this is your startup screen, essentially what you're looking at as far as when you first open Logic. You got your tempo up here. You can set that. You can just click and drag, or you can actually double click it and input anything that you like. For the sake of the tutorial, we'll just leave it stock at 120. You can also go up here and you can change your time signatures. You can actually change the stock key that it comes in, and this bar actually will open up. If you click over here at this drop down menu, it's going to give you all these different options. I get into those in some later tutorials, explain more of what they do, because typically I do run off the custom one, which just to give you a little peek, that kind of just gives you more options as far as what you can do, shows your CPU and your hard drive and all that. But just for this tutorial, we'll just leave it stock at what it comes with. I've had a lot of questions so far asking, how do you actually get into what instruments, how do you know where to start? Essentially it's all up to you where you'd like to start. But just to give a little rundown for maybe a beginner or somebody that just got into the digital side of music, just to show you where your library is and your sounds, you can click up here. It's top left of the screen. It's actually called Library, and ignore all those downloads right there. We're just going to work with what I have. I actually have some of them already downloaded and working. But over here, you're going to have all your different sounds, bass drum kits, electronic drum kits, guitars. Logic actually has a lot of awesome stock sounds. I would almost say Logic has the best stock sounds out of about all of these DAWs that you can choose from, as far as just, good quality sounds go. But we'll just click right into here. Essentially, when you're first starting up a beat or any piece of music, I like to go with the melody first. Some people start with drums. That's really personal preference, but I always start with, some type of melody. So, to load up your instrument, all you have to do is, again, you just click top left up here in the library, and then you'll select your instrument. We'll go to our pianos right now. We'll just click on the little grand piano right here. They have some in experimental and all that stuff, but we'll just go with the basic grand piano. We just double click that, and we can go ahead and get rid of those. Now you can see that this is actually loaded into your channel rack. It comes preloaded with different effects. It's actually bussed out to a couple things. We'll worry about what all that terminology means later, but for right now, this just gives you something solid that you can go in, and if you can hear, now we have an instrument to play. Now in Logic, this screen right here, it will actually show you your chords that you're playing. So if you're still struggling with any kind of music theory, this will kind of help you put some songs together and some sounds together. So let's see, let's work out a little melody that we can play. Alright, we'll just play something really simple for this tutorial. When you click up here, it's going to actually give you a 4 count in to these off your metronome. You can change these settings. You can actually just right click on the metronome here and bring up your metronome settings. You can click while recording, click while playing. You can pretty much, customize your metronome settings to whatever you like. I usually leave it just on click while recording. I don't like to hear the tick tock while I'm listening back to what I'm doing. So we won't do that. We'll go ahead and get a little basic melody laid down here just to kind of show you guys how you can layer some things up. So we'll go ahead and press record up here at the top. Alright, just a very, very basic melody there. Not anything special. So now what you can see is you actually have some notes there. You got some MIDI notes. So we will turn our cycle on that so that it loops. You just do that by clicking right here and pressing C on your keyboard. You see that yellow strip come up, you got cycle. You can actually turn that on and off right up here at the top too. But you can drag this from being 4 bars all the way to, infinity bars. But again, for the sake of the tutorial, we'll just keep things short and simple. So we're at 4 bars. Now if you double click this, you're gonna actually bring up your piano roll in the editor screen down here. Now what I wanna do is actually hit Command A. That will select every note that we just played. Here, if you can kind of see that. That'll select every note that we just played, and what we're gonna do is quantize this. What quantizing means is it will actually snap everything to perfect timing on the screen. So we'll just go ahead and hit quantize right here. You can actually select 64th notes, 30 seconds, 16th. 16th is going to be one of the most common. So we'll go ahead and click the Q right there, and as you can see, I'll do that one more time. You can watch everything just shift slightly and snap exactly to where it's supposed to go. And then up here where it actually says snap, we're going to make sure that this is snap notes to absolute value. This isn't a mandatory thing, but it is a thing that if you don't want that little bit of swing and natural feeling to whatever melody you just played, you want to go ahead and snap that to the absolute value. That way everything is, exactly on these lines where it should be in this grid. So we'll do it like that, and as you dive in more, you'll know what you like to do as far as customizing it and all that goes. We'll go ahead and hit space bar to play this. Alright, we won't move anything around just for the tutorial. Very basic melody, but that's cool. That'll give you guys an idea of what you're doing here. Alright, and we can click this editor window off by just clicking the scissors up at the top. That'll bring it up and down. Or you can just double click where you have your MIDI. Okay, so we got our first sound in here. And again, what we would do, if you want to add another sound, click new tracks up here. It's the plus sign. It's going to ask you if you want to select software, audio, drummer, guitar, bass, external MIDI. Unless you're actually recording through a mic or an actual instrument, there's no need to do audio. So we'll do software instrument for now. And then again, you can go over here to your library up here at the top left, and we can make another selection. What is it that we would like to go with from here? What can we get to actually bring this up? Let's see, I don't have any of that downloaded yet. I apologize, guys. This is going to take a little while to download. The first download actually failed. Yeah, see, it's still asking me things. So, oh, I'm sorry about that. All right, that meant. Okay, so we'll go ahead and layer that behind it. Again, we're just going to keep it very basic for tutorial purposes. Alright, so again, we would just hit record and record the melody that we like over the top of that. So we'll just get right into doing that. Okay, just something simple. And again, guys, just to show you one more time, you can double click right there in that window. You're going to press Command A to select all of these notes, and then we're going to click the Q just to quantize everything to the exact placement. Okay, so there you have it. You actually have two melodies going together now. And then we'll just add another software instrument, and you guys just keep going with this as such. I'll show you just a couple more. I actually don't have any of the Logic drums right now, so for the sake of making the tutorial, we'll open Contact, where I actually have a lot of my drums loaded. This is a plugin by Native Instruments. You can actually go on their website and hop and grab that. Just pick this thing up. Alright, so just to kind of show you guys how a basic beat comes together, just record snare. Click into those, Command A, and click quantize. Bring our screen back down. We'll call this the snare. And I'll kind of speed up and go a little bit faster, just to get a little something basic going for you guys to give you a common understanding of how things come together. And we'll get into more complex tutorials as the series goes on. So we'll find a kick here that we like. Let's see. That one. Okay, so now you got the kicks, we'll turn those down. Basic little pattern there. Go ahead and label this kick. Add another software instrument in here. Okay, we will get some hi-hats. Can be anything. Alright. I hope that gives you, like I said, a common understanding of workflow and Logic for at least the beginning points. Maybe this will help you actually lay some of your first tracks down. That's the goal of it. Again, you know, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Just like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know what it is that you would like to see a tutorial build around. I'm starting with this one because this is the very bare bone basics. You know, for anybody that's going to comment, you do this wrong, you do that wrong, that's not the right way. I understand there's like 1,000 ways to do everything. I'm not claiming to be like a Logic guru, but I do understand my workflow in Logic, and maybe my workflow will help you. And again, guys, I just really appreciate you guys tuning in. It's Petty with Petty Boy Beats. Peace.